driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. Just doing a little bit of sharing here. Hi, Amber. Still sharing. One more share. I had to do a wardrobe change in the middle. So, ooh, that goes well with everything. I almost look snazzy. Thank you, Amber. I haven't announced it yet. After this, I'm gonna go down to the primary purpose at the noon meeting. The tag on this shirt is bothering the fuck out of me. I hate tags. Fuck you. I don't care if it puts a hole in it. Did it? It didn't. Good. These are really nice shirts. They're not for summer, man. Not for me. They're too warm. It's kind of a neat story the way the logo came around and stuff, though. It was actually created on accident. All right. I've been looking for somebody to make a logo for me. And a friend of ours was like, hey, can I put some stuff together to give you an idea what something might look like when you come up with a logo? And I'm like, so if you look at it, it's got 12 steps on it. Except it's this way. See, the camera's backwards. So that the words come out right. But that doesn't mean I flipped. So I can never get it right. I'm always, would it be this? See, I still can't do it. It would be this. There we go. My dyslexia. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I have 7 years of sobriety today. So welcome. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. I was thinking about this afternoon maybe coming on and telling my story. Going live and telling my story. But I'm not going to do it if I'm going to be alone. I won't do it. One of those things that, there's no point telling it if I'm going to be alone. Thank you, Amber. You're the only one on right now, so it's just you and me. Sundays are not my bigger days. What? Today? Are you talking about the noon meeting? No, you're talking about if I share my story. I don't know. Because I have a 3 p.m. meeting also that I go to. I'm just thinking about it. So let me think on it first. Because I may back out of it. Yeah, I may back out of it. You got it. All right. So I'm reading on page 54 of the big book. And this morning I was looking for something. I'm like, yeah, I want something a little more special today. And yeah, I opened the book and this is kind of what I came down to. Oh, dear Lord, no. I don't get up that early. I've been up an hour, maybe. I don't remember what 7 a.m. looks like anymore. Speaking of coffee, Where is my coffee? Okay. Well, I got talking juice, so there we go. Imagine life without faith. Were nothing left but pure reason, it wouldn't be life. But we believed in life. Of course we did. We could not prove life in the sense that you could prove a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points. Yet there it was. Would we say the whole thing was nothing but a mass of electrons created out of nothing, meaning nothing, whirling onto a destiny of nothingness? Of course we couldn't. The electrons themselves seem more intelligent than that. At least so the chemist said. Good afternoon. Good to see you, Patricia. And I am parched this morning. Hence, we saw that reason isn't everything. Neither is reason, as most of us use it, entirely dependable, though it emanate from our best minds. What about people who prove that man could never fly? Yet we've been seeing another kind of flight, a spiritual liberation from this world. People rose above their problems. They said God made these things possible, and we only smiled. We had seen spiritual release, but like to tell ourselves it wasn't true. For me, I don't really necessarily told myself that it wasn't true. My mind told me it wasn't for me. I saw other people having it, but considering the person I was and the things that I had done and how bad of a person I was, why? Because everybody told me how bad Dion is. You're such a bad person. You're stupid. You're ugly. You pee to bed. I always thought I was a pretty good kid. I always thought that. But anyway, so could you imagine that? I don't really think that it was that we ignored it. Maybe we ignored it because we feel like it wasn't for us. I don't know about you, but I didn't feel worthy enough. I really did. That's how I felt about it. Yet we had seen, actually, we were fooling ourselves, for deep down in every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. And it's true. Watch children play together. They don't see race. They don't see color. They don't see sexuality. They're just being who they are at the moment. It may be see, in the beginning, we can see those things as a kid, right? Like there's certain noises that only children can hear. As you get older, there's certain noises you can't hear anymore. You know that. You know? I remember growing up, and religion wasn't pushed on me too much. We grew up Mormon, and my parents we really only went to church because that's what the school made you do. My parents never went, so they didn't push God on me too much. Right? But if we think back on that just that fundamental idea of God when we were younger, did you think that he was a mean God? Did you think he was going to damn you at that point? No, because you didn't understand that stuff yet. What you saw was the forest for the trees. You got to experience new things because you were younger, because you were a child. And that's where our fun, where remember when you were a kid and you were looked around, you're like, wow, the earth is so beautiful. How peaceful and what a loving place. And that soon gets blotted out by worldly clamors as we grow up. So we need to go back and look for it. Okay? It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or other, it is there. For faith in a power greater than ourselves and a miraculous demonstration of that power in human lives are facts as old as man himself. We saw that faith in some kind of God was a part of our makeup, just as the feeling we were having for a friend. Sometimes we had to search fearlessly, but he was there. He was much a fact as we were. We found the great reality deep down within us. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. It was so with us. I have a feeling a lot of people figured out it was my birthday. Yeah. Sorry. Or maybe one person blowing up my phone. I don't know. I'm curious though. I'm curious. Oh, it's about my niece. Okay. We can only clear the ground a little bit. If our testimony helps sweep away prejudice, enables you to think honestly, encourages you to search diligently within yourself, then, if you wish, you can join us on the broad highway. With this attitude, you cannot fail. The consciousness of your belief is sure to come to you. Now, when it comes to paragraphs like this, there's things that I take out. Okay. I don't need to do all that. I'm the person that helps you do that now, and so are you. Everybody here it's our job to clear away the ground a little bit by sharing our testimony, by letting people know what our experience was with God. It's very important. Why do you think I have why do you think I do the podcasting? That's what it's all about. I'm just gonna turn my head like that. It's wrong side. See? Told you. It's a wing. Fly away. Fly away. All right. With that attitude, you cannot fail, man. Running out of time here. All right, let's do it. In this book, you will read the experience of a man who thought he was atheist. His story is so interesting that some of it should be told now. His change of heart was dramatic, convincing, and moving. Our friend was a minister's son. He attended church school, where he became rebellious at what he thought was an overdose of religious education. For years thereafter, he was dogged by trouble and frustration, business failure, insanity, fatal illness, suicide. These calamities in his immediate family embittered and depressed him. Post-war delusionment, ever more serious alcoholism, impending mental and physical collapse brought him to the point of self-destruction. One night, when confined in a hospital, he was approached by an alcoholic who had known the spiritual experience. Our friend's gorge rose as he bitterly cried out, "If there is a God, he certainly hasn't done anything for me." But later, alone in his room, he asked himself this question: is it possible that all the religious people that I have known are wrong? While pondering the answer, he felt as he lived in hell. Then, like a thunderbolt, a great thought came. It crowded out all else. Who are you to say there is no God? Okay? And that's it. Who are we to say there is no God? Who are we to say that there is a God? Okay? Mm-hmm. Humility. You got to put humility in there. See, faith is non-corporal. You can't hold on to it. Well, you can eventually, once you get to a certain type of faith. Yeah. But when we say faith without works is dead, what we're saying is if you truly believe that God is going to do for you what you cannot do for yourself, then when you're done praying, you need to put some action into what you're saying. You got to get to a meeting. You got to talk with another alcoholic. You got to pick up the big book. You got to do something. And that is where I see most people fail. Do we have there's a motto, meeting makers make it. Bullshit. Me, you don't get me wrong, the saying's still astute, but the way people are taking it, they're thinking, oh, I just have to go to meetings. No, that's a good start. Okay. This man recounts that he tumbled out of bed to his knees. In a few seconds, he was overwhelmed by the conviction of a presence of God. It poured over and through him with the certainty and majesty of a great tide at flood. The barriers he had built through the years were swept away. He stood in the presence of infinite power and love. He stepped from the bridge to shore for the first time. He lived in conscious companionship with his Creator. Thus was our friend's cornerstone fixed in place. No later vicissitude has shaken it. His alcoholic problem was taken away. That very night, years ago, it disappeared, save for a few brief moments of temptation, and thought of drink has never returned. And at such times, a great revulsion has risen up in him. Seemingly, he could not drink even if he would. God had restored his sanity. What is this but a miracle of healing? Yet its elements are simple. Circumstances made him willing to believe. He humbly offered himself to his Maker, then he knew. Even so has God restored us all to our right minds. To this man, the revelation was sudden. Some of us grow into it more slowly, but he has come to all who have honestly sought him. When we drew near to him, he disclosed himself to us. Okay? And that's by doing the steps. That's how you do that. Yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta get ready for the noon meeting and drive over. 10 and 2. 10 and 2. The driver. I'm a grandpa driver. But not because I'm a grandpa and old. I'm that way because I didn't have my driver's license most of my adult life. So I had to learn how to drive perfectly. Don't get pulled over. And I still drive like that. I drive a Benz too, and I think it really irritates people. I get on the highway, I'm doing, 55 and, in the middle lane. I love you all. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon, Amber. All right. I love you guys. Peace out.